We are enough. From trials to microbiomes.
Hi there, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Hive. I'm Lorena, and this is our Tuesday talk. So let's get real tonight. For too many years, we've carried the weight of not feeling like enough, not thin enough, not pretty enough, not successful enough. But by whose standards? People we typically don't even like most of the time. But do you remember the store 579? If you couldn't shop there, you were fat. Or the beauty magazines, every single page telling us what to fix, cover, shrink, or diet away. We tried it all. Diet pills, cabbage soup diets, ephedra, fen-phen, starvation diets, and still, no matter what we did, we felt broken. Looking back now, I think, Lord, I wish I was as fat as I thought I was back then. But the truth is, we were never broken. We were just stuck in a culture that thrived on keeping us dissatisfied. But look at us now. Our bodies have carried us through decades of living, raising families, building careers, surviving heartbreaks, celebrating milestones. That is strength. That is resilience. And that is not a gift afforded to everyone. So here we are, alive, resilient, and enough. And part of honoring these bodies is finally learning how they really work. Because for too long, no one even studied women properly.
The history we never got. Until 1993, women were not included in health trials if she was in childbearing years.
Here's a wild fact. It wasn't until 1993 that women were even included in major clinical trials. Congress had to pass a law, the NIH Revitalization Act, just to get women in the room. And Menopause, the Women's Health Initiative, or WHI, was the first large-scale study of postmenopausal women. Recruitment started in 1993. Now thinking, how old is your doctor? Did they ever get any of this education if they graduated before 1993? Odds are, if they have any education at all, it's 1 hour of CEUs. And to be fair, the education is lacking behind the studies, and the studies are still ongoing. Before 1993, before that, doctors were trialing menopause treatments on men. How the hell are you gonna trial a man for menopause symptoms? By 2002, the WHI results were plastered everywhere, claiming hormone therapy is dangerous. Women panicked, prescriptions dropped overnight, but in the years that followed, new analyses showed the data was more nuanced, even beneficial for some groups. By 2007, many researchers were saying the initial conclusions had been misleading, and actually up to 30% of the female population had higher health outcomes. And that's part of why menopause still feels so confusing. The science is late, messy, and often miscommunicated. But just like research on hormones took decades to get right, there's another layer of the puzzle we're only just now beginning to understand: the microbiome.
What's a microbiome?
So what's a microbiome? It's the trillions of bacteria, fungi, who you always want to invite to the party, he's a fungi, and microbes living in your gut, skin, mouth, and vagina. And they're not enemies, they're teammates. They digest food, they help regulate hormones, they support your immune system, and they even protect against disease. Think of your microbiome like a garden. When it's balanced and diverse, everything thrives. When it's neglected, the weeds take over. Here's where it gets really interesting for menopause: the estrobolome. Other than just being fun to say, the estrobolome is a collection of gut bacteria that help process and recycle estrogen. They produce an enzyme called beta-glucuronidase, which helps recirculate estrogen back in the body. During menopause, when hormone levels are shifting, the estrobolome can get disrupted, and that contributes to lower circulating estrogen. So it's not just your ovaries winding down, your microbes are part of the story too. So the healthier your gut bacteria or your microbiomes, the healthier your estrogen balance, because it's not dumping, it's actually recirculating back into your healthy system.
Current key studies.
This is new science. We're talking within the last decade. In 2022, a major study published in M Systems looked at the microbiomes of over 2,300 men and women. It showed that the gut microbiome of postmenopausal women starts to look more and more like men's. And those changes were linked to cardiometabolic risks like weight gain and insulin resistance. Fast forward to 2024, one pilot study looked at the facial skin microbiome and found lower bacterial diversity in postmenopausal women, separate from just aging. Another study from the SWAN cohort connected shifts in the vaginal microbiomes to genitourinary syndrome of menopause, dryness, infections, and discomfort. And researchers are still digging. Today, studies are exploring links between the microbiome and hot flashes, brain fog, bone health, even cognitive decline. We're writing this science in real time, and it's rewriting how we understand menopause. So as part of my hormonal shift studies, I'm learning how the microbiome may very well be that root cause to a majority of women's symptoms that they experience during postmenopause, menopause, and postmenopause.
What you can do.
So, what can you do to support your microbiome? Eat more fiber, beans, veggies, and whole grains. Add prebiotics like garlic, onions, asparagus, and bananas. Include probiotics, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, or quality supplement. And just to clarify, the prebiotics help support the gut bacteria. So it feeds those microbiomes in the gut, and then your probiotics help those microbes actually do their job well. So yes, you do need both prebiotics and probiotics. Also, limit your sugar, alcohol, and ultra-processed foods. Move your body. Exercise literally nourishes your gut bacteria. It feeds that gut bacteria so that it can balance out everything else that's flowing through your body. And don't forget stress and sleep. Your microbes feel it even if you don't. So let's bring this full circle. You're not broken. You're adapting right down to your microbiome. We are enough. Despite what all of those 80s beauty magazines had us believing, despite what major media had us believing, what other people's opinions had us believing, how we felt we needed to keep up. We are enough. Even at our cellular level and microbial level, our bodies are resilient. And science, it's finally catching up to what women have known all along, that our midlife journey deserves attention, respect, and solutions. So tell me, what's the one thing you're already doing or want to try to nurture your microbiome? Comment below or send me a DM and let's discuss. So that's all I have for this week's talk. Before I go, remember, you are strong, you are vibrant, you are charming, and you are loved. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes, that's what